Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here at another pier. We are in the great state of Georgia, the Peach State. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here at another pier. We are in a different state, in the great state of Georgia. And today, we are at the Saint Simons Island Pier. Super excited to get out there and get a line wet. It's a little raining right now, so we'll see if we go all the way down to the end of the pier or if we stay underneath this covered pavilion here. But we're super excited to get out there and get a line wet. Now, this isn't a state park pier, so you do have to get a license online if you are a resident or if you're visiting this location, which isn't too bad. It's $10 if you're visiting for the first day, and then $3.50 every day after that. We're gonna be here for a couple of days, so it's not too bad actually. Let's go ahead and get out there and see if we can't pull up some fish. And we've already got Carl all set up. We've got our rod holder, cooler with some ice this time in case we catch some fish. We've got 4 rods, our net and toolbox. We've got a coffee, and we did just buy this rod here. This is a Penn Pursuit 4 with a 5,000 reel on it. So we're gonna try this out here, 30-pound braid. And for now, we've got a piece of shrimp on it, some Vudu Shrimp. So what we're gonna try today is fishing with Vudu Shrimp. We do have some Procure also, and we're gonna use some frozen bait also. Wow. Take a look at this, right on the rocks right here. Very gorgeous. And since it's raining, you see they have this cover here, so you can actually fish under this cover. So you're not getting rained on. Check that out. You can actually see the bridge right over there. Gorgeous view. It's still pretty early in the morning, so nobody's out here right now. We might just stay here underneath this covered part so we're not getting rained on. But this is the end of the pier here. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. The water's a little bit murky today. Not too clear, a little overcast, a little bit of rain, but we're still gonna have a great day. So let's go ahead and stay underneath here, and we'll fish right over here next to this cleaning station. We'll drop some shrimp and see if we can't pull up. All right, you guys, so we're back on the channel. We're here at the Saint Simons Island Pier in the great state of Georgia. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a frozen shrimp versus the Vudu Shrimp here. Now, we stopped yesterday and picked up a Vudu Shrimp at the Inlet Bait and Tackle Shop in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, thanks to one of our subscribers, the Mountain Surfside channel, for recommending that we stop there. We met some really great staff members, and that entire location is like a candy store for an angler. There's so much stuff there. We actually ended up picking up one of those air purifiers to keep live shrimp in. Unfortunately, we can't use it today because this location doesn't have live shrimp. We'd have to get off the island, but we will be using that in a future video. So thanks to our subscriber for letting us know about that location. We did pick up one of your stickers also, so we're going to include that Mountain Surfside sticker inside the Atlantic Coast giveaway package that we're going to be giving away once we complete this trip here. We got our pompano rig here, our double hook rig with the little floaty on it, with 2 pieces of shrimp and a 1 ounce weight here at the bottom. And what we're gonna do, I realized this morning actually. I thought I got the Procure shrimp, but it's actually Procure blue crab. So we're gonna put blue crab on it and see if that works. So for this first rod here, we'll just put a little bit on it. And then cast it out. All right, so blue crab Procure on the piece of shrimp. We're just gonna drop it right here next to these pilings. See if anything's down there real quick, if we can feel any bites. This wind is really blowing today. We've got our frozen bait out there. We've got a Vudu Shrimp right here. So we're gonna use this Vudu Shrimp and do the same thing. We're gonna put some of that Procure blue crab on it, even though it's supposed to be Procure crab, but we're gonna put some of this blue crab on it cast it out. There you go. So this rod here has the frozen shrimp, and we'll be able to see if it takes a bite. And then this one, we're gonna cast it out and then just kind of let it hit the bottom and then jig it back to us. And we're gonna try this on our new rod. So this is our first cast on our new rod, the Pin Pursuit 4. And the guy at the shop over here, the bait and tackle shop right at Saint Simon, if you buy a rod from there, they'll be able to put a line on it for you. So this rod has a 30-pound braid. So we're letting that shrimp hit the bottom. There is a weight on the front of it, about a quarter ounce weight, quarter ounce or half ounce weight on the front. So we're gonna let that shrimp hit the bottom, and then we're just gonna jig it back to us. And we'll try a couple different speed variations here. For now, just take it nice and slow. Looks like that first rod might be getting a hit actually. Let me actually check in on that first rod. Oh, nope. So we'll bounce this one on the bottom here. All right. Nothing on the first cast. Let's try again. Great cast too. This thing really casts nicely. Feels super smooth, and it takes it out all the way. It's just a 30-pound braided line with a piece of Vudu Shrimp at the end there. Casts out really good, especially into this windy condition. Letting it hit that bottom there and just bouncing it back. Keeping an eye on that first rod. What a beautiful day. If you can see behind me, there's some dark clouds there, so hopefully that rain doesn't push this way. If it does, we might have to push a little bit farther underneath this covering here. But absolutely gorgeous environment. Now, one thing about this pier too is that there is no rod limit. So we've got 4 rods with us, 2 rods in the water right now. All right, nothing on that second cast. Let's cast it back out. And there's a slit underneath the bottom of the Vudu Shrimp. And that's actually where we put the Pro Cure at, if you can see it right there. So that's the shrimp, and as you're pulling it, you see that weight in the front there. It has it looking like a real shrimp. We put that Pro Cure right at the bottom. Looks pretty presentable. If I was a fish, I'd eat it. So we'll do the same thing. We'll cast that shrimp out there. All right, so a fish took our frozen shrimp. So what we did was we rebaited it with a piece of shrimp, and we actually put on a piece of fish bite also. So frozen shrimp, fish bite, and we're gonna put on this blue crab Pro Cure and see if we can't pull a triple threat here. Pulling a big old fish. We casted out the Vudu Shrimp a couple times. No bites on it, but this one did get eaten. So let's go ahead and cast this one back out there. We're just gonna hold this rod for a second, see if we can't feel the bite. So we'll cast it out just a little bit. I've got a good feeling about this one here. It's good to move this rod. Really windy out here. So we'll let that weight sit at the bottom. See if anything wants to pick at this. As you can see, it looks like that rain is coming in this way. Check these clouds out back here. Wow. Okay. Rain's coming in. We're gonna have to scoot farther underneath this covering here. All right, there we go. We should be protected from the rain. Felt like something was on there though. Let's cast it back out. Let's see if we can't pull up a monster in this storm. Wow. Take a look at this. You got those rain clouds coming in and the wind. I don't know how good you can see it on camera, but these clouds are pretty dark. It's very windy, raining, but it's not gonna stop us from having a great time. A couple anglers out here with us too, keeping us company. So this covering up here is super awesome. It allows you to fish in the rain. And if you can see, the rain's coming from this way. So it's getting that side wet, but we're pretty much dry on this side here. So let's check our bait here. All right, it's really picking up now. Really picking up. That rain band's definitely coming this way. Oh, well, from that side, wow. Oh, wow, look. So when it gets dark, there's a light there that comes on under the pier, so now you have a little bit of visibility. Awesome. It's a storming. All right. We've got that rod out there still with the frozen shrimp, the fish bite, and the Procure blue crab on there. It's super windy. I don't even know if we can get this Vudu shrimp out there. Matter of fact, great time to test it. Let's see. Windy conditions, still got a bit of a Procure on there. We'll cast this out underhand. Okay, not bad. I think we might have crossed our other line though. Yeah, I think we sure did. All right. Whoa. This rain is coming in so hard, we might have to get out of here and come back a little later. The rain is coming from this way, completely wetting my entire setup. So we don't want to damage any of our equipment. We're going to continue this test here a little bit later on. Our frozen shrimp with the Procure versus the Vudu shrimp with Procure on it. We're going to have to get out of here for now because this rain is just slamming us. Wow. All right, I gotta put the phone away because there's a huge storm coming. Everything's getting soaking wet. I appreciate you guys for watching this video, subscribing to the channel, commenting down below. Once again, we read your comments. That's how we went to the bait shop from our last subscribers. I appreciate you guys for giving me tips and tricks. My entire setup's getting soaking wet, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this down, pack up, go back to Brutus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, storm's done. Let's get back to it. We took a couple losses during that one, you guys. All right, you guys, so let's get back to it. So that storm is over, but we did take some losses. My Oakleys flew off my head during that storm in the haste trying to get all my fishing rods in, and I watched it fall into the water, slow, dramatic. It was super sad. Storm was hitting me. I'm soaking wet from head to toe. The rain just swept underneath that cover and completely soaked everything and everyone there. So watching my Oakleys fly into the water and just slowly sink down was sad. I felt like it took extra long for it to sink too. It was just sitting on top of the water for quite a while, letting me get a last glance. So no more Oakleys. That flag that was right there fell down and was on the ground. So I folded it up, wrapped it around some rope there, and just kind of hung it there. I wasn't exactly sure what to do with it. So hopefully that's fine, but the flag fell down. I mean, that was a pretty powerful storm. So we left for a little bit. We came back out here. There's some people out here right now. There's some people out here right now still on the pier. They just came back out. Everything's coming back out pretty much. All the birds, you can hear them. So beautiful area. And I'm sure when it's not storming that it's even more gorgeous out here. So pretty excited to come back here when it's not storming and when we can get a little bit better weather. So we did take an L also, one of our fish identifier cards. As you see, the Texas one is laminated, this one's laminated, but our South Carolina saltwater and freshwater identifier card is not laminated. So that paper there is pretty fragile and wet, so that's all right. We're still going to continue our test here and see. We're testing Vudu Shrimp on our new rod here, on our pin rod. So we're testing artificial shrimp with some Procure. It's Procure crab, blue crab. It should have been shrimp, but we grabbed the wrong one. It's okay, we'll grab shrimp later. So as you can see here, it's the, there you go. So it's the Vudu Shrimp and it's got Procure underneath it. And then on this rod here, we have a pompano rig. We've got a piece of frozen shrimp, and we also have fish bites on there too. And we also have some of the Procure blue crab. So triple threat on this one here with the shrimp, the fish bite, and the Procure. We're trying to see which one's gonna pull up a fish first. Let's get back out on the water. I'm ready to fish. Super sad about my Oakleys, but that's all right. As long as we're all safe, that's all that matters. We've got a bunch of frozen shrimp still in the cooler and some ice, so let's pull up a fish and make up for this morning. We'll try to go down to the end there. And got the guy's hat out the water, nice. All right, you guys, still pretty windy out here, but we've got our pompano rig with our triple threat. Let's put a little bit more Procure on it. And we'll cast it out. Still super windy out. I know you guys can hear that wind. It's not gonna stop us from fishing though. All right. So pompano rig, 1 ounce sinker there, fish bites. Cast this one out just a little bit. We're gonna hold on to the rod, see if we can't feel a bite. They ate the fish bite off there, so let's add on just a little bit more. Rain's coming in again. Coming from this side though. This is just the shrimp, fish bite, and the Procure on there. We haven't even gotten the Vudu rig out there yet. This is the one place I can kind of get shelter, is behind this pillar here, because the wind's coming this way. So, and this is where the microphone officially cuts out and stops recording for the rest of the video. Once again, I appreciate you guys for following me on this journey here. That subscriber that recommended we stop by the inlet shop in South Carolina, his channel name is actually Mountains to Surf, Fishing and Adventure. So once again, appreciate the tips and all the new subscribers. We appreciate you guys for joining the journey here on Pier Passion, as we are on a mission to fish a pier from every U.S. coastal state. This is Georgia, getting rained out here as we're testing our Vudu Shrimp versus the frozen shrimp. But I appreciate you guys for tagging along on this journey here. Sorry that the audio cut out. Hopefully this stuff dries out by the time we shoot our next video and we can get our audio back to working again. It was a pretty intense storm, losing the microphone, losing our Oakleys, and also losing our paper fish identifier cards. So I appreciate you guys for sticking with me here on this journey and watching the rest of this video, even though our audio cut out here for just a bit. Yeah, it's gonna have to be it for this one here. We're gonna pack up, head out. We'll come back out here tomorrow. Sorry it's a short video, you guys, but this is us fishing down here at Saint Simons Island down in South Georgia. Beautiful location still, just a little wet right now. So I'll see you guys in the next one, okay?